my scrappy friends. So I have a layout for you. I wanted to get this up for an early weekend since I'm not sure how much I will get done while my family is around. But I did this the other day and I primed this first with gesso. I spared you the details. It's pretty simple. You just take gesso. I use a paintbrush that I don't care that I get gesso on, so I have one just for gesso. And I use a pretty good size brush just so that I can do it quickly and put a good layer on. And then I use some gelatos. I used that corally pink looking one, and that one has a shimmer to it. And I also used some Lindy Stamp Gang, and I used some of the Tim Holtz Dauber, and that is a tealy color for the bottom one that I'm doing right now. So at this point, I actually don't have my photo ready. It's kind of a funny story. So my husband was home the other night, and he's usually not home all the time at nights. So he was bugging me, and he was like, hey, it would be really funny if I picked out your picture for you. And I was like, okay, go ahead, pick out a picture. So he goes, and of course, then we realize that it is easier said than done because his computer died, and so we had to use my laptop, or the laptop that I use, to print the picture, and it didn't want to print. So long story short, in the end I did get my picture, but at this point I didn't have my picture. I knew what my picture was going to be, but I didn't have it. So I wanted it to look like a sunset a little bit because it's from a picture from New Mexico. Even though there's no sunset in the picture, I really just wanted to have those colors that you see in the sky. That's pretty typical for that area. So there's some pinky orange colors and some orange and then some of the green blues. So, but I know I heard Arit say this the other day when she was doing one of her layouts that she's had a problem with the Lindy Stamp Gang with the gesso, and I didn't realize I must have not done much with it by itself because I was like, oh, I don't remember that happening. And then I did this, and let me tell you, I had to put a whole lot of coats of that orange to even like remotely look like maybe. And I think mostly it just showed up on the back of my paper, so I was kind of irritated, but you know, I did go with it. So at this point I still don't have my picture, which is why I'm just working on my mat and lazy and didn't move the green mat that I usually use for my mixed media type stuff so I don't get it on my pink mat. And that blue plain paper is Crepe Paper Boys Rule. I have no idea what the name of that one is called. So here it's dry. And so now I can cut the branding strip. And that's My Mind's Eye from the Sweetest Thing collection. And the one thing I like about My Mind's Eye is that even though they have a collection, they have different like sections of their collections, and this one is Bluebell. But they all really work well together, but you can get like different papers from different parts of the collection. So you can kind of pick and choose your own collection in a way if you really wanted to. I just got the whole Bluebell collection a while ago when I was making my brother's album because I really liked the colors. But I thought it's kind of like a ledgery, like fabric ledger type of paper, so I thought it would go well with just having more of a plain background. And that paper that I made that banner from is Fancy Pants. It's from the Burlap and Bows. I think that's the name of the collection. It's their newer one. And I have no idea which paper that one's from either because that was in my Scraptastic kit. So on the other side it has flowers, I think. Yeah, it has all the big flowers on it. So, and those papers are from Studio Calco Thataway, and it's like a travel-y type of paper line. And I really liked that one that you see on top, and it says Explore, and then it has a your northwest, east, south, not in the right order. Don't mind me, it's getting late. It's almost 12 o'clock here. I really should be sleeping, but I had coffee. So I'm doing this instead. Plus this is fun anyway. So I really liked the way that grid, it kind of reminds me of like farms, like if you are flying in a plane and you look over top and you can see the sections of farms and stuff. That's kind of what it reminds me of. But when you're driving through like New Mexico and Texas and that area, in a lot of ways you kind of see that sort of, because you can see the lines, the land lines, as far as like where the property lines come and go, like for different ranches or different people's property. So, though, let me tell you, the drive to where we lived at Fort Bliss, and we were going to, this picture is in Alamogordo. So see, I have the picture now. So we finally have the picture hours later. I tried to do what I could before. So here I am taking a picture to try to get the layers how I had them, though I don't refer back to it, so I don't know why I even did it, because it just takes up space on my phone, and then I'll forget and it'll be there forever, and then I'll go, oh yeah, I need to clean my phone. But so I don't know why I did that. So that paper right there is from Tim Holtz, It's Ideology, and that is a newspaper print. Now, at the top of it, you can see a little bit of gesso because I actually cut some pieces off, and I didn't put this process in here because in the end, I just decided that it was just not very long clips of what I did, and it didn't end up in the layout whatsoever. So I kind of decided not to even show you guys, but I had just used some gelatos on it too. I'll probably use it later on. I used some reds and some gold and stuff, so just kind of playing with the colors that were in some of the papers anyway. But I didn't like how it turned. I didn't like the colors were a little too bright to go with some of the other colors. So I just thought it took away from everything. But okay, so back to the picture. Now that my mind is going 50 million different places, and you guys have to witness it. Thank you. I appreciate all my people who subscribe. No, I really do. I love when you guys comment and I can comment back, and I know I don't always comment back right away. Sometimes I'm busy during the day and my day doesn't start until later, so you guys probably get it earlier, and so yeah. But I really do like the relationships that are starting and getting to know the people who are watching my videos, and hopefully, if you guys have videos, post links to your pages and stuff so I can try to subscribe to you, because I love watching videos. Anyway, so this picture is from the Space History Museum in Alamogordo. So Alamogordo, New Mexico is about maybe not quite an hour and a half away from Fort Bliss, El Paso area. So we were trying to look for something different to do right before we were leaving to come here to Hawaii, and we hadn't been there, and we try to do educational things like going to museums and stuff with our kids, just because it's kind of, we find it fun just to learn and see different things. So we really do try to bring our kids to stuff like that. And so we had seen that they had a space museum, and especially since there's a lot of military presence in that area, and everything, we thought it would be pretty fun. So we went to the Museum of Space History, and this picture is actually, we're listening to, they have different sounds from different shuttles going up into outer space. So different missions that went up, they record, you know, the recording that they had when they went, this is, you know, Atlantis, or this is, you know, Apollo 13, you know, something like that. So they had that recorded, right? And so each one showed the different shuttle and had the recording of it taking off, blasting off. And my kids loved it. I mean, they pressed each one like 5 times. We sat there for like a good half an hour while they were like listening to all the things taken off. So this is what this picture is, and it was just really fun going there and seeing different parts of the space shuttles and all the different space history that, you know, they showed a lot of astronauts, just not even just from the United States, but all over the world. They had pictures all over the place. So it was really, really cool. So if anybody's in that area and wants something to do, I don't remember it costing too much. It wasn't too bad. And they also have an IMAX movie theater there, and that was something that we did too. When we were there, they had a thing on outer space, and then they had the tornado. They had a tornado one. I'm sure that's not what's playing now, but so the guys from the Discovery Channel, I think it was, that the guy that has that big tornado machine thing that they do the twister from. I don't know. I used to watch it. That's who did this IMAX movie. And so we took the kids, and some of the kids liked it. My son he was kind of young to do the IMAX thing. He had a hard time sitting through. So, but yeah, it was a ton of fun. So definitely. But, so this was a fun thing to just like record. The only thing that makes this a hard layout to do, and I think knowing that I had to push through, and the time that we had here was so much fun, I really wanted to push through some of stuff. So here we're getting into like how scrapping can help you heal and help you grow and help you deal with things. And so this picture was the last thing that we did. So this is the day before my daughter started really presenting symptoms of being sick. So this day is like very bittersweet. We had so much fun. It was right around Mother's Day. I think that's partly why we were going out. Sorry, guys. And so like when we look back at these pictures, then there's not a ton, but when we look back at these pictures, it's kind of bittersweet because we know that this is the last fun thing that we did. But then we could kind of remember some of the like tip-offs that she was maybe sort of sick, and so it's hard to see that. But I know that as a scrapbooker and as a, you know, the storyteller of the family, I want to present the good things that have happened to try to move past some of the bittersweet moments. And so I really did want to document this time because we had so much fun. I mean, the kids had a blast and they behaved really well, which is, you know, they were pretty young then. And so, you know, I really wanted to show, and this was something major that we did. I mean, we didn't get to do a lot while we were there because there's not much to do. You have to drive like 3 hours. So it's like, as that storyteller, I knew I needed to get the story down. So I really had to push through and work through, and I think this is where the scrapping part has really helped me just deal with a lot of the things with my daughter. You know, it's like there are so many of these fun moments that we have that it helps me realize that my kids, all of them, are normal. Even though despite that we're not completely healthy all the time and, you know, and everything, but they're still normal and they still get to do kid things. And for me, that just, as a mom, that helps me heal even better, to know that even though I can't give my daughter her health back completely, I can still give her those moments of being like a normal kid, being able to play with the ball, being able to go to a space museum, being able to, you know, do schoolwork like a normal kid. So, you know, it really has helped me heal. So here I'm just putting the date, and this stamp was not wanting to work. The 3 did not want to stamp, so I had to tape it in. So I'm just putting all these little pieces in, just kind of layering. I used DIY from Crepe Paper ephemera, and I used the Maggie Holmes ephemera. And that, where that butterfly was, I accidentally stamped 31 instead of 13, so I put that butterfly there where the number was. Shh, no one has to know my little secret. So here I'm just taping everything down, and I'm going to put some enamel dots on, and that is it, and you guys will be able to see all the close-ups. So thank you guys for listening to me talk on and on about my fun stories and our adventures as a family, and I hope you guys enjoyed it. And I would love for you to comment and tell me some fun things that you guys have done as a family, and just to do something fun. So I will talk to you guys later. Bye!